Hey, my loves, it's me and my little sleepy girl, Ma'am. Since I caught her here with me, I figured we'd do a little October, LEXTOBER, Vlogtober, day 9 chit-chat. So grab a snack and come on back. Hey friends, I hope everybody is well. I've just been in a lot of reflection the last couple of days because you really know what is important to you, who is important to you, and so many things, you know, when life is lifing. When life is lifing. So I, I'm trying to make sure Ma'am's in here with her little sleepy self. But anyway, you know, the last couple of days have been a bear. They have been a bear. But it has just made me realize that, you know, we work hard for things and work hard for the things we want. And then the monkey wrench comes in, so to speak, right? And it's like, okay, what did I do all this for, right? What did I do it for? And then when you try to you know, fix things, they're not always fixable. So, yeah. So then I realized that, you know, life is short and I have to take time when I need time. And yes, this is LEXTOBER, you know, and I really want to do this everyday thing this month, you know, but it's like, yeah, I can't be bothered. I just can't. I need time for myself. You all can't see my lion. Let me sit her up there. Leo, this is Leo. But anyway, I just want everybody to know that everything is fine in my world, you know. I'm just realizing what my priorities are. And for the most part, my priorities are me, Zoe, Ma'am, and Yappy, of course. Yappy is always a priority for us. And so I'm not pressed. You know, I'm definitely not pressed. And things will happen and they'll get handled as they should, you know, but it's like not a priority to me. It's not. Really not at this point. At this point, it's just not anymore. So, yeah, this week has been a really good week otherwise. But there's a lot of overwhelming things in the background. You know, when you see us on YouTube and we're doing our live streams, and, you know, for me especially, what you see is what you get. When I come, I bring it. I bring the energy and I bring it. But these last couple of days, I've had a lot going on. It has nothing to do with YouTube and memberships and AdSense and none of that stuff. There's life outside of YouTube. And there's so much going on, you know, financially for my daughter and I, and a lot of weird things going on. And so, you know, it's like when we need time, to take time for ourselves and really contemplate what's going on, we have to take it. And, you know, I don't ever take a break from this place, very rarely. Like I took a break a couple of weeks ago when I was fully monetized, and then YouTube came in and said, zoop, you need to send us some other information. I'm like, well, I did everything and then I didn't do it right. And now I can't, I don't, you know, I got to get it fixed. And I can't wrap my mind around it. I just can't. And I will do it when I can, you know, when I can. But I went on somebody's live stream last night, and the first question I got from somebody, and they were, what's wrong with your YouTube and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, really? First of all, that wasn't the place to ask me. Second of all, there's nothing wrong with my YouTube. This has nothing to do with my subscriber count or anything like that. My watch time hours, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the application process of AdSense and how nobody tells you these things, right? We have all these quote unquote coaches here, but they don't tell you the real deal of what I need to know. I don't need you to write me a description, and I don't need you to make me a thumbnail, and I don't need all that BS. I need to know the real things that I need to know when I become monetized. And When I became monetized back in August, initially, I went on and I said, okay, let me go in and do all the things. But I said, well, I want to read things first and I want to look at things first. And that's not how YouTube operates. So instead of me clicking on the right thing, there's the box that says, are you an organization? And I'm like, no, and I'm an individual, but I never saw the drop down. I said, okay, I'll come back to that. I want to see what else it's going to ask me so I can get things together. It doesn't, once I hit that next button, it assumed that I was an organization. So in that moment, I didn't know that. And when I went back, I couldn't get back. And I'm like, what is going on? And that was the beginning of the whole situation for me. So YouTube is like, well, we're waiting on your paperwork and blah, blah, blah. But I'm not an organization. I don't have paperwork that says that. I'm an individual. And YouTube doesn't let you correct that. It would be simple if you could just go back in with the little pencil thing and edit it from organization to individual, and then everything would be fine with the world, right? Why they have it set up that way, I'll never understand, because 99.9% of the people on YouTube are individual. Yes, there are a lot of organizations on here, but for the most part, people are individual. That should have been the first one there, not organization. Why would YouTube even do that? And why don't they explain things to you and they don't? And, you know, me being new, not new to YouTube, I've had my channel for 14 years, but being new to being monetized and that kind of thing, you would think that somebody in the world would have, vidIQ, TubeBuddy, all those people would have made something that said that to you or would be stressing that. For all our emerging content creators, remember, when you get that monetization, you go in there to do it. Remember, if you see that organization, use the drop-down box before you move on, because you won't be able to move on at that point. And nobody says that to you. It's like a whole bunch of gatekeeping and BS. And it's like nobody wants to see you get ahead. You know, that's how I feel. And I feel like YouTube has always been playing in my face from day one. So these few days is like, I don't really give a darn. I don't give a darn about YouTube. I really don't. I really don't. I worked hard. What I do here, I work my butt off. And the reason I do that is for my daughter. It's for my daughter. This was her dream. And since she can't fulfill it at this moment with her work schedule and everything, I figured I could do it. And I could get monetized, and then I'll get it. And then when it's her time, it'll be good for her. And then if I want to stay monetized, I will. And if I don't, I won't. And I'll just keep going on with what I'm doing. But it's so frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. And that YouTube doesn't take the time to tell you what's really going on. They don't. You know, they just don't. And especially everything's antiquated. Make YouTube Studio app on your phone the same as the freaking YouTube Studio app that's on the internet. Make it the same that you could pull up on a computer. Do it the same way. Why is it antiquated and different for us who have phones? Everybody doesn't have a laptop. I don't have one. I haven't had one in quite some time. I use my laptop. The last time I used my laptop was when I got my master's degree in 2015. My laptop at that point was like 2 years old. And then I used it a lot after that, but my laptop is now 12 years old. It's a dinosaur. It's a Toshiba, and I love it. And I wish that I could get it back to factory settings, but it won't let me. Every time I go in to try and do that, it doesn't work. It just sits there and sits there and sits there. So I know that I either would have to take it somewhere where they're going to charge me, and for the price that somebody's going to charge me to do that, I might as well buy a laptop. But financially, I can't afford a freaking laptop right now. I can't. I'm on a fixed income. I'm disabled. I'm retired. I get Social Security. After I pay my rent for the month, there's not enough money left over to buy computers and such. So I can't do that, which is why I'm on YouTube, because I figured I need to supplement my income in a way and then also help my daughter. And YouTube just didn't want to see me be great, apparently. They just didn't want to see me be great. So now I got to figure this crap out. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it all figured out and corrected. But once you do all that, then it takes like 32 days before YouTube will let you even go into the system. So it may be December, it may be January after I make a full year that I actually get some kind of money back from YouTube. And that part is fine with me. I'm not in a rush for that. That's fine with me. It's something new. I didn't have it before. I don't have it now. It's not a big deal. But it's just the way that YouTube goes about things and the way that people here who know stuff, you know, like all of my friends and people here who are monetized and know stuff, why don't they make things about that? Or why don't they share that? It's such a gatekeeping situation here, and I don't like that. I don't like the cultish gatekeeping situation that goes on here on YouTube. I really don't. I really don't. When I find out how to fix this, and you know that I will, this is going to be an evergreen video for me because I'm going to post this thing. I'm going to share it with everybody. What not to do when you become monetized, what not to do. Because nobody shares that. Everybody's so busy worrying about watch time hours and going live and doing this and being in all their little cliques and behind cameras and all that BS instead of telling you what you really need to know. That's what I want to know. Those are the things I want to know. I don't care about you behind a camera talking mess, bullying people and all that. That's not helping us on YouTube. That's not helping at all. It's not helping. So, you know, be genuine and tell us what we need to know. If you want to be a coach, fucking coach is what I have to say. That part. That part. So anyway, that's it. You know, everybody now is clutching their pearls like, oh, Lexi said the F-bomb. Yes, I did say the F-bomb. Yes, I did. I'm a human being. Yes, I did. And those are my true feelings on the situation. My true feelings on the situation. So anyway, my beautiful Mam never woke up so you could see her beautiful green eyes. She's like, Mom, I'm tired. Hurry up and get off this thing. So I just wanted to come in and say that. And just say that for everybody who rocks with me, I love you all plenty, plenty, plenty. And I noticed there are some people here using the term love you plenty. That is Lexi's term. That's an island term. That's my term. And I'm not talking about anybody who I'm not talking about my poetic or anybody like that. But I'm talking, there's some other people here, some younger people and different people that are now going around saying that to other people. Get your own stuff. Love you plenty belongs to Lexi. Love you plenty. It's mine. Go and sit down. Get your own shit and go and sit down. Don't use my thing. Don't use my thing then. All right. Irie. I want you to know that I love you plenty. I see you. And I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. And I love you plenty. And I'll be back tomorrow, maybe with Mam, maybe not. Maybe Yappy will, Yappy's like, I need a break from this, Mom. I'm like, okay. So Mam said she'd step in. So I love you folks so much. And I love you plenty. And I'll see you on the flip side.